Really good. Again, really, really good. Command of his pitches, command of his changeup, as well as his slider tonight. Wasn't the best conditions to pitch in, but I thought he did a really good job.
Through just 89 pitches, did you start to see a little bit of fatigue there in that?
Well, I mean, it's as cold as it was, you know, and I've told you, I mean, we're going to be somewhat careful. We don't have an innings limit on him, but we're going to be somewhat careful, and we just felt it was time to get him out.
Scott Sizemore, 2 hits in the second game, first RBI since 2011. What do you think today was like for him?
I'm sure it was special for him because he's been through a lot with the 2 knee surgeries and getting close to getting back in a sense, and then tearing his, I believe, his anterior crucia. So for him, it's a special day. Big hit. Weren't a lot of runs scored today, and he was part of it.
Brian, Anthony.
Joe, getting what you did today out of Tanaka and then Pineda, how do you sum up on what this day meant for you?
Well, it was big because, you know, we're going to Tampa, and we have a fairly rested bullpen. You know, at times our bullpen has been a little bit fatigued because of some of the games that we've been in, but I feel pretty good about where our bullpen is going into an important 4-game series.
Anthony.
And that's because of our starters.
Joe, obviously a lot was made of the stuff that was on Michael's hand last time. Did you talk to him about that heading into this start at all? And, you know, obviously it didn't bother him.
No, I didn't. I didn't talk to him about anything allegedly on his hand. I didn't talk to him. You know, I told, you know, in a sense, I told him threw the ball extremely well and just get ready for your next start. I mean, that's what I told him.
Joe, how special is it to have the double shutout? That's not very common, of course.
Well, I mean, that just goes to show you how well our pitchers threw today, and I mean, it's nice to have. You know, when you can shut the other team down for 18 innings, you're doing some things right.
Joe, a lot was made of the Pineda and whether the stuff was on his hand or not. Were you concerned about how he would bounce back and whether that would affect him mentally, even if you didn't really talk to him too much about it?
You know, I think there's a little concern on my part because I haven't had him long enough to know how he responds to certain things. Some guys are really good at just saying, you know, moving on. Some guys, you know, will think about it. But I thought he handled it extremely well and was ready to go tonight and threw the ball well.
How much more confident do you feel in your rotation now after seeing, like Brian said, you know, Tanaka you didn't know too much about, Pineda you didn't know too much about after these last couple of starts from both of them?
Our rotation was pretty good on the homestand. You know, we had the one hiccup where we gave up a lot of runs, but for the most part, they threw the ball extremely well.
Up front, Barry, and then back to Dan.
Joe, any update? You said earlier you would find out more information about Teixeira.
He's going to play 3 innings tomorrow.
So do you think he's on course to be
he's right on track.
So you think Sunday?
Where we want him to be, and Sunday is definitely a possibility.
Is that an extended spring game? Or sim?
It's not a sim. I know that. But everything went well. He did full BP, ran the bases today, and I was told he's playing 3 innings. I didn't necessarily ask where. Somewhere in Florida.